Really? So you're really gonna steal people's pictures and talk to them? What's over? What do you mean?
Hey, I can't even freaking get it out without laughing. Like, hey, Samore Love bugs. You have now tuned into my Catfish recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Share this video wherever you like to share videos. Give it that thumbs up. Check out my other channels, okay? This freaking episode was hilarious. And follow me on Periscope, okay? It's at Samore's World. The same thing as my Twitter and my Instagram. Guys, this you told me on Periscope, because I know I'm a little behind. You guys told me that it was hilarious, and I'm just like, okay, maybe. Y'all was like, yo, this is one of the best ones. I'm like, I don't know, because last week it was whack. But yo, I saw this and I was just rolling. Like, this was freaking ridiculous. So let's get right into it. I have all my little notes right here. So MGK is the person that is helping Neve out this episode, because Max, he's taking care of the movie thing that he's doing. You know, Max do big things, man. He's been missing out on a lot of episodes. He's doing his thing. He's like, I don't got time for no catfish. I gotta do movies, honey. So anyways, they meet up with this person. Well, the person that contacted her name is Hundra, and I don't think that she knew who MGK was, because when he announced who he was, when Neve said, oh, MGK is going to be taking the place of Max because he's not here right now, she didn't seem like she was excited or like she really cared. She just kind of like brushed it off. Did y'all peep that? Okay, so now Hundra, her story is that she met with somebody named Emily for 9 months, and she's been talking back and forth. She feels like Emily's real cute, and she just got like kind of comfortable talking to her. Now, Hundra, she's Haitian. Haitian, okay. What's up? Okay. So anyway, she's Haitian, and she says that this is crazy for her because she might lose it all. Her family might disown her, because that's not something that's acceptable in the Haitian community. Haitian, okay? So she was ready to come out though, because she felt like this person was worth it. Hundra said that she felt gay for a day, and she decided, because she was heartbroken by the person that she was with, she felt gay for a day. She decided to hit up a little cute mama on what was it, Facebook, and she came across Emily's profile. So that's how they started talking back and forth. She said that Emily has a whole bunch of different numbers, but you can tell that she's from New York. And she said Emily also had told her to send her money. Well, she didn't tell her to send her money, but she wanted to go on, her car was messed up, so she decided that she was going to go ahead and send Emily money to try to get her car fixed. And she said the funny thing about that is that when she sent Emily the money, it was sent to like her cousin with a different name. Besides that, she says that Emily only sent her 3 pictures via text message, I think she said. So all these things is just sounding like real fishy. It's sounding like this could be a catfish, real fishy. So now MGK, he made a good point, because he was like, it seems like she's not fully out, because her talking about she wanted to be gay for a day. Like, what you mean gay for a day? It's like she's kind of downplaying the fact that either you're gay or you're bisexual. You're part of the LGBT community. It's not, no, I felt gay for a day, so I wanted to hit up some girl and see how it went down. Like, no, that's not, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you develop these strong relationships and feelings and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how that was going down, and that's what MGK had said. So MGK, Neve, and Hundra, they all meet up, and that's when she also mentioned that the girl had also deactivated her Facebook account. So of course that's just sounding even more fishy on top of the other things that she had told them. when they check the phone number, you know, do the phone number reverse search thing, they find out that the phone number belonged to a girl that looked like a boy, like pretty much like a stud, named Geraldine. And Geraldine, she has a girlfriend from what it says in the pictures, and her girlfriend's name is Melanie. So they take a closer look at this Melanie girl, and then it's like, but hold on, wait a minute. This is the same girl that we call it Emily. So now things are starting to come together. Like, okay, so it looks like Geraldine is stealing her girlfriend's pictures in order to contact or in order to talk to Hundra. This is real crazy. And of course, because the tattoos really made it a little more easier. But I gotta tell y'all something. This Melanie / Emily girl was a little hot mama. What else happened following that? So they go back, they talk to Hundra. I kept on calling her Kundra. I thought it was with a K for a minute. So my notes have like K's all over, but I'm going to see if I can fix them if I remember. But anyways, Hundra, and they tell her what they learned. And then Hundra, she just looked so freaking crushed. And she was like, I got to go to the bathroom. And she just sounded like she was like crying or whatever. Like she was devastated. And Neve and Max, they looked like they felt sorry for her. And they're just like, wow, like this is really hurting her. So now Melanie, they try to contact Melanie. Melanie calls them back, and she's like, oh wow, like when they tell her that somebody's using her pictures and have been contacting Hundra, she's like, oh wow, that's crazy. And they're like, will you meet with us? And she was like, yeah, I have no problem meeting with you. So I'm like, okay, so I guess this isn't a setup, because it kind of seemed like they could have been scamming or scheming in order to get money from Hundra and in order to just play with her or whatever. Like it could have been some kind of tag team thing they was doing. But the way she sounded on the phone, it just sounded like she wasn't aware of any of this. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. So she gets to the table, they tell her, and they were like, well, maybe you should be the one to call Geraldine, because Geraldine was her ex-girlfriend. They broke up. So she contacts Geraldine, and she was like, yo, you know, she was like, I'm here with Catfish. We need you to meet up. And she was like, you know, I don't want to do this over the phone. They were like, okay, let's meet up then. And she was like, all right, she's going to meet up with Hundra, Neve, and MGK. So, okay, everything's all good. So now they all go to her house. What's her name? Melanie, she texted Neve the address. They go over there. She opens the door, and Kendra's just like, yo, what is this? Like, I was looking for a lipstick lesbian. I came out with a butch something, she said. I didn't even see the last part. But, yeah, like, she was, like, getting real disrespectful. She's like, yo, I don't want this. I don't like this. It's not what I was expecting. And I'm just like, dang, like, you being real cold right now. Like, are you okay? What's wrong with you? What's the attitude about? I mean, I understand, like, yeah, you would be upset that you got catfish, but the way she was, like, talking bad about this girl, you know, even Neve and MGK was kind of looking at her like, hold on, like, chill out for a minute. You coming across this all wrong. Like, we understand you feel some type of way, but girl, you know, them words is hurting right now. You like really disrespecting everybody by saying things like this. Like, what is this? Like, as though she's not a human being. So after that, they just kind of like depart following that. And Geraldine, she called up, well, she wanted to just talk to MGK and Neve without Hundra, like, in the presence or anything like that. So when she meets up with them, she's like, yo, to be honest, I just met her. And they're like, what you mean you just met her? So this whole 9 months thing is nothing? That's not true? And she was like, nah, I just met her. I met her through Melanie. Melanie wanted to help her out, so I was like, all right. She was like, they were just like blown away. MGK, he looked like he got so freaking upset. He's like, yo, you mean to tell me that I'm out here, I can't even be with my daughter for Father's Day because of this? Like, I thought this was real and serious, and y'all got me out here on this BS. Like, he was tight. And I mean, I totally understand, because you got called out to do this job, to record, help film this, and you know, look at you now. You're like, you could have been with your child on the day that you needed to be with your child, but you decided you took this job and you lost that time out. Like, at the end of the day, you can't get time back. You know, time is so precious, so valuable, and you can never ever get that back. So yeah, he just pretty much was like pissed off. He goes off. So now Melanie, she pulls up, like, after all of this was over, that whole confession, and Geraldine, she felt kind of bad. She felt like she was a snitch, but she was like, yo, at the end of the day, she doesn't want to be portrayed like that. She didn't, and plus the way the girl was coming at her, she's like, nah, they're not going to put, you're not putting me down, talking about something. Like, the girl was real disrespectful. Hundra was real disrespectful. So I don't blame this chick for saying what she had to say, for Geraldine to say what she had to say. So anyways, now they call Melanie and they call Hundra to come to talk to them, but they didn't know that the jig was up yet. So they come through, they pull up, and Melanie, she's on some, you really did this? I can't believe that you took my pictures and you talking to people. And Geraldine was just looking at her like, yo, candy act, it's over. And the jig is up, it's a wrap, stick a fork in it, it's done, that's it, it's KO'd, it's dead, it's flatlined, like, it's just over, you know what I mean? Like, any way you want to say it, it's pretty much over. So there's nothing else to be said. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, you know, like, oh my God, I can't believe it, what do you mean? So then they asked Hundra, and Hundra, she just was like, she was still being rude. And they were like, you know, this is real selfish of you to do this. She was like, no, the reason why I did this is because it needs to be put out there. You're not supposed to put people down for the things that they choose. And they're like, yo, you're making your community look bad. And this is not the way that you go about doing something. They were like, at the end of, you know, and then when she starts walking away, I think MGK just felt like totally disrespected because she had no remorse for her actions. She didn't care, you know, and she was just like, you know what, I'm out. She went into her car, started driving off. MGK was coming after her like, yo, you a coward. He was like, yo, I can't believe you did this. He was like, yo, he was like, thank you for wasting my time. Like, he was just going off, like, as her car was driving off. And the other two, they actually seemed like, you know, they learned their lesson. They were just like, you know, I'm sorry. They were like, you shouldn't do things like this. Like, think about your actions before you do them at the end of the day. Like, don't just jump on a bandwagon and be like, okay, I'm going to do this, even though if you know something is wrong. They were like, it was kind of like too late. They did this whole thing and then they didn't think, like, I guess they didn't think that this would actually go this far. But it was like, we're in this, so we got to keep on going. We got this far, let's just make it to the end. So finally, Hundra texted Neve and she was just like, oh, I'm outside the hotel. I would like you to come down, only you. I guess she was like, I ain't dealing with that MGK dude because he crazy. So she just was talking to him. But once again, she just said that, what did she say? She just said that she's not apologizing for what she did and she just wanted to come out, and she said she wanted it to be rememberable. I'm like, isn't the word memorable? But okay, whatever. Then he just gives her the advice to talk to her family because this was like the worst way to make your big I'm coming out speech. Like, this was horrible, and it's gonna have way worse of an impact if she isn't the one to tell them first, because a lot of people watch this show. Her friends are gonna watch this, you know, family members, everything. And this was not the way to come across, especially if you feel like you're gonna be disowned and things like that. Like, you're just making it worse for everybody. So 2 months later, they talk to these girls. Once again, they apologize for everything, and they're still friends. I'm talking about Melanie / Emily and Geraldine. So then they call up Hundra, and Hundra, she did not change. She's the same way. She just feels like she doesn't regret anything she did. She did it for a purpose, did it for a reason. She's fighting for a cause, and she doesn't care. She would do it again. I bet you she would do it again if given the opportunity to. And MGK is just like, come on, you wasted our time. She was like, no, I didn't waste anyone's time because I got a rapper on TV. And, like, dude, people knew him regardless. He has music videos. I mean, I see what she's saying. She's trying to, I guess, look at the good, even though she did wrong. extremely wrong. Like, you lied to all these people, wasted time, money. Luckily, it wasn't a far distance they had to travel, but still, you know, I mean, like, remember those two lesbians before that made them drive all the way across the country and they knew each other? But yeah, at least with this one, even though they lied, they were in the same area, so it wasn't as much resources that had to be taken up. But still, you got all these people, these MTV workers got to follow you around, all these little cameras and everything. Like, there's money going right now. You know, only good thing about this whole situation is that, yeah, they get a show out of it, you know, and it was an interesting show at that. But she really needs to grow up and get herself together, because obviously she still has a lot of issues that she needs to tend to. Guys, let me know what you thought about this episode down below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one. Laters.